Hi guys, it's Dave here. I'm sitting at home. I just want to show you how to use Daymap to put on an assessment task and also to put on a file onto the Daymap so kids can see it. So let's pick a class that I want to go to. So let's say I've got my physics class here. Now to do this you need to actually click into that class. That's probably the easiest way. You can see my kids here. So I've actually got some homework advertised there and also got a class note. So telling them what they'll be doing for the lesson. So the first thing is if I want to add a file, then what I need to do is go over here, click on File, and if I then click on Browse, what I can do is go and find the file that I want to put on there. So let's go to my folder and I'll find a file that I can put into this particular class. Alright, so Year 11 Physics, and what I want to do is I want to put in a revision sheet for the kids. Performance standards pre-test reflection sheet. Alright, so if I put that in there, and I can upload that for the next 19 lessons, or I can choose any number of lessons up to that. So let's put it on there for the next 5 lessons. Okay, click on that and OK, and what you'll see there is that will upload, and you should better see that on the particular thing, which you can't, so might need to refresh. Here it is, it's actually just been refreshed, and you can see that's the pre-assessment reflection sheet. So if I click on that like the kids can, you should be able to open it up and see what that looks like. Right, so all that sheet is, it's just basically going through some key concepts that the kids should know about, and that will give me some feedback about what they do know. So that's if I want to set up a pre-assessment reflection sheet or any document I can put on there. You can see here I've actually got a PowerPoint that I've loaded on for the kids. So I've actually done a video up for the kids and shown and talked through this particular PowerPoint. So the kids can have access to that, and then they can have a look at that PowerPoint. So that's just about how they can write stuff. Alright, so any document can go up there as long as it's not too big. So that's the first part of today's video, which is looking at adding a file. Obviously with a class note, I'll just close that, sorry. With the class note you've got a few things there. You can add on homework, you can just add a class note, you can add a staff note to that, or even plan. Right? So a lot of things you can link to that. Now the next thing I want to do is actually want to go and look at an assessment task. Now you can see I've actually put my reports up there. If I want to add let's say a test for my kids, I'm going to do a test in the next week. So all I need to do is go across to add a task. Alright, so the next part is to select what type of task it's going to be. So I'm going to set up a test for that. So I'm going to be marking it with an ABC grade, and I might decide also to give it a mark out of 50, and it's going to have a weighting of about 10% for the whole grade. Okay, so it's 10%. So that's my particular task that I'm going to do, and I'm going to create that. Right, so now what I need to do is I need to actually say what this task is about. So this is the motion 1D test. Okay, so that's that 1D test. I'm going to set it for, now you don't have to set a particular date, so I'm going to set that for Friday of the 21st. That's when it's going to be done. Okay, and my grading scale is still there, selected and all that sort of stuff. And if I want to, I could put a comment in here. So I could say test, it helps if you can type, test on first 7 weeks of year. Right, so they get an idea about what the test is about. Now, when I save that, I'm just checking out, that's all sort of done. Okay, looks all right to me. And I just have to go save. Alright, so if I close that, so that's all saved there. So now I can just go back to my day map, go back to my class, and what you'll see down here is that test is ready for marking. So once I've actually got that particular test done, I simply go in and I can mark that by clicking on the kids. Alright, so then I can just sort of put their mark in, put their grade in, and if I want to put a comment I can do that. Click on work received. It's really easy to mark, and you know, the kids can then also, I can publish that and the kids can see what their results were. So that's two very simple things to do. So the first one is loading a file onto Daymap for the kids to access, and the second thing is to add an assessment task. Alright, so good luck with that. If you need some support, make sure you either ask myself or another staff member who knows how to do this.